This is a series on the quadratic equations where I show you the relationship between the quadratic equation and the graph so that you'll know right away if you're on the right track or not. In this lesson we're going to go over the sign in front of the x squared variable. If you haven't already, please take a second right now and subscribe to the MathCat channel, which you can do by clicking on the math icon in the corner of the screen. That way you'll know when new videos come out. I'll be back at the end of the video with links to other videos in this series and to other MathCat channel videos. And thanks for watching. We'll start by graphing y equals x squared. To do that, we're going to pick some small values for x and find the corresponding y values. So we'll pick x 1 through 5. When x is 1, y equals x squared. And x squared is 1 times 1, or 1, so y equals 1. When x is 2, x squared is 2 times 2, or 4. When x is 3, x squared is 3 times 3, or 9. When x is 4, y equals 4 times 4, or 16. And when x is 5, y equals 5 times 5, or 25. Now we're going to pick some small negative values for x and do the same thing. So we'll take x from -1 to -5. And y equals x squared. So when x is -1, -1 squared is positive 1. And when x is -2, -2 times -2 is positive 4. When x is -3, -3 squared is positive 9. When x is -4, -4 squared is positive 16. And when x is -5, y is -5 squared, or positive 25. Let's take a minute now and graph these so we can see what the graph of the parabola looks like. So let's plot 1, 1, and 2, 4. We have 3, 9, 4, positive 16, and 5, positive 25. And going the other way, -1, 1, -2, positive 4, -3, positive 9, -4, positive 16, and -5, positive 25, and draw our line. And that's our line for y equals positive x squared. Now let's do the same thing for y equals -x squared. Again, we're going to pick some small values for x and find the corresponding values for y. So when x is 1, x squared is positive 1, but y equals the negative of x squared. So y would be -1. When x is 2, 2 squared is positive 4, and y is negative of that, so it'll be -4. When x is 3, 3 squared is 9, and the negative of that is -9. When x is 4, 4 squared is 16, and the negative of that is -16. And when x is 5, x squared is 25, and the negative of that is -25. Let's pick small values for x in the negative direction and do the same thing. So we'll pick x, -1 through -5. When x is -1, -1 times -1 is positive 1. But y is the negative of that, so again it's going to be -1. When x is -2, -2 squared is positive 4, and y is the negative of that, or -4. When x is -3, -3 squared is positive 9, y is -9. When x is -4, -4 squared is positive 16, and the negative of that is -16. And when x is -5, -5 squared is 25, and the negative of that is -25. So let's plot that on our graph and see what that looks like. Let's draw 1, -1, 2, -4, 3, -9, 4, -16, and 5, -25. And going the other way, -1, -1, -2, -4, -3, -9, -4, -16, and -5, -25. And draw our line. And that's the parabola for y equals -x squared. Notice that when we had y equals x squared, the cone was pointed up in the positive direction. And when y equals -x squared, the cone points down, or in the negative direction. Whenever there's a positive sign in front of the x squared term, the cone always points up. And whenever there's a negative sign in front of the x squared term, the cone will point down. That's how the sign in front of the x squared variable affects the graph in a quadratic equation. I'm going to put up a link right now to show you how the magnitude affects the graph. And I also have a video that I'm going to link to right now that shows you how the constant term affects the graph of the quadratic equation. If you haven't already, please take a second right now and subscribe to the MathCat channel and like this video. You can subscribe by clicking on the MathCat icon in the corner of the screen. You can also leave your comments and questions below in the comment section. And thanks for watching.